What if you could reverse years of aging? Not with surgery, not with a $50,000 injection, not with some supplement a longevity guru is selling, but with one ancient breathing pattern that forces your body to activate its own repair system. Right now, sitting inside your bone marrow, there are millions of stem cells. Cells that can regenerate your organs, rebuild damaged tissue, and turn back your biological clock. And your body refuses to release them unless you give it one specific signal. That signal is a breathing technique that Vedic yogis practiced over 3,000 years ago in the high Himalayas. The same technique that modern regenerative medicine now confirms triggers a cascade of cellular repair no pharmaceutical can replicate. This knowledge has been hiding in ancient Sanskrit texts. Today, I'm handing it to you, step by step. If you leave this video, you leave without the most powerful self-healing tool your body already possesses. Stay with me. Here's the paradox nobody talks about. Your body is carrying a biological pharmacy inside its own bones. Stem cells. Adaptable, extraordinary cells capable of becoming virtually any tissue in the body. Cells that can patch a damaged heart, rebuild a degraded spine, regenerate neurons that haven't fired in years. And yet, your body is hoarding them. Because you weren't designed for the modern world. You were designed for survival. In the evolutionary blueprint, stem cell mobilization is an emergency response, reserved for catastrophic events like severe injury, extreme fasting, or acute oxygen deprivation. The body doesn't deploy its repair army until it believes the situation is critical. Here's where it gets cruel. In modern life, you are chronically inflamed. Low-grade, invisible, constant damage from processed food, poor sleep, stress hormones, environmental toxins. Your cells are being worn down every single day. But because this damage is slow and diffuse, not acute, not catastrophic, your body never crosses the threshold. It never gets the signal. The stem cells stay locked in the marrow, dormant, waiting. You're stuck in the worst of both worlds. Constant low-grade damage with zero regeneration response. Meanwhile, the medical industry has figured out how to force that release artificially. Stem cell therapy costs between $10,000 and $50,000 per session. Pharmaceutical companies are racing to patent synthetic drugs that mimic the body's own activation switch. But here is the truth they're not advertising. That switch already exists inside you, free, ancient, activated through one deliberate breathing technique your body was literally designed to respond to. You are carrying a pharmacy inside your bones, and nobody told you how to open it. Until now. The ancient secret. The technique is called Kumbhaka. It comes from two of the oldest texts on human physiology ever written, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali and the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. These weren't casual meditation manuals. They were precision engineering documents for the human body, written by practitioners who spent decades mapping what breath could do to biology. Kumbhaka means breath retention, deliberate, controlled, prolonged. And it wasn't designed for relaxation. It was designed to push the body into controlled oxygen deprivation. What yogis called the space between breaths where transformation happens. Science just caught up. When your oxygen levels drop below a specific threshold, exactly what happens during extended breath retention, your body activates a protein called HIF-1 alpha, hypoxia-inducible factor 1 alpha. This is the master switch of regeneration. HIF-1 alpha doesn't just respond to low oxygen. It commands your bone marrow to release endogenous stem cells directly into the bloodstream. It upregulates genes responsible for cellular repair. It initiates a cascade of healing that, under normal modern conditions, your body never gets to run. Research from the University of Texas and multiple studies on high-altitude populations show that people living in low-oxygen environments, Tibetan monks, Himalayan Sherpas, carry significantly higher counts of circulating stem cells than sea-level populations. Their bone marrow is constantly releasing, constantly repairing. Now connect the dots. Vedic yogis in the high Himalayas were practicing breath retention at altitude. They weren't just meditating. They were activating the most powerful regenerative pathway in the human body through two simultaneous hypoxic signals, the altitude and the breath. They were living stem cell factories, and the cascade doesn't stop there. Kumbhaka also triggers a massive surge of nitric oxide, dilating blood vessels, flooding tissues with circulation. It stimulates BDNF production, which regrows neural connections and reverses cognitive aging. And it initiates autophagy, the same cellular cleanup mechanism activated during fasting, where damaged cells are broken down and recycled. One held breath, one ancient signal, a biological avalanche. Breathing exercises triggering what increases stem cells naturally, what boosts brain repair, what activates the body's own self-cleaning system, all running simultaneously from a single technique the modern world forgot. The protocol. Here is the Kumbhaka protocol. Follow it exactly. Phase 1. Preparation. Sit down, cross-legged in a chair. It doesn't matter. Spine straight, chest open. For 2 full minutes, breathe slowly and rhythmically. 4 counts in through the nose, 6 counts out. This isn't optional. You're about to deliberately stress your respiratory system. If you begin from a dysregulated state, the practice produces cortisol instead of regeneration. 2 minutes of rhythmic breathing is the foundation. Phase 2. The activation breath. Deep, slow inhale through the nose. 7 counts. Belly first, feel it expand, then let the chest rise and fill completely. Every cubic centimeter of lung capacity. At the top, hold. This is Antara Kumbhaka, the internal retention. On day 1, hold for 15 counts. Here's what's happening. CO2 is rising. Oxygen is dipping. Your brainstem is registering a low oxygen signal. HIF-1 alpha, your master regeneration switch, is beginning to activate. Your body is receiving the exact signal it was designed to respond to. Phase 3, the release. 8 counts. Slow, controlled exhale through the nose. Don't rush it. When the breath is fully out, hold again. This is Bahya Kumbhaka, the external retention. Hold for 10 counts. This is where stem cell release peaks. The double hold, top and bottom, creates a sustained hypoxic window that forces full deployment. The body, receiving a prolonged, layered oxygen deprivation signal, activates the release protocol completely. The ancient texts treated Bahya Kumbhaka as the most sacred phase. Now you know why. Phase 4, the recovery wave. 3 normal breaths. Don't control them. Breathe naturally. During these 3 breaths, freshly mobilized stem cells, released from the marrow, triggered by HIF-1 alpha, now circulating freely, are flooding your bloodstream. This is your regeneration window. Your biology is doing the work you gave it permission to do. Phase 5, progressive overload. Week 1, 3 complete rounds per session. By week 3, 5 rounds. Every week, add 2 counts to each hold. The breath retention extends as your body adapts. Consistency matters more than intensity. This is not a one-time miracle. This is a daily conversation with your biology. 3 critical mistakes to avoid. First, never force the hold to the point of gasping. Severe air hunger spikes cortisol, which actively suppresses stem cell activity. Controlled discomfort, not panic. Second, always practice seated. Vagal activation during breath retention can cause dizziness, never standing. Third, don't combine this with cold exposure in the first 2 weeks. Cold is a powerful stressor on its own. Let your body adapt to Kumbhaka before layering other protocols. Within 21 days, your body will begin repairing damage it has been carrying for years. Not because of a pill, Not because of a $50,000 injection, because you learn to speak the oldest language your body understands, the language of breath. The ancients called prana the force of life itself. Science calls it HIF-1 alpha, nitric oxide, BDNF, cellular repair, regenerative medicine. Different names, same truth. Your breath is not just keeping you alive, it is waiting to rebuild you. It has always been waiting. You just didn't know the signal. Now you do. Subscribe, because next week, I'm revealing another ancient activation protocol the modern world has completely forgotten. One that works in direct synergy with Kumbhaka to push the regeneration cascade even further. This channel exists for one reason: to give you back the knowledge that was always yours. The Codex of Reality is open. Stay in it.